Hey guys, it's Will. Hopefully you're having a great day today. In this video, we're going to be going over Symbotic stock. This is an interesting robotics company that I've covered only one time before. I think we were in the airport. I think we might have been flying from, I don't know what it was, maybe Colombia back to the US while we were traveling. And we were covering the stock around its last earnings. It just recently had its new earnings. Let's take a look at the stock just to give you some preface. This is a company that has robotics that help with the warehouse logistics in Walmart. So that's interesting. That internet's not working or something. Let me refresh the page. So with Walmart having more expansion into online and Walmart having more expansion into e-commerce, there's going to be a need for more infrastructure. Just as Amazon has robotics in their warehouse that basically processes all of the orders, they don't have a lot of humans process the orders nowadays. They also need that for Walmart. And so that's what's going to allow them to scale. I wonder if it's just Symbotic or if other stocks are not showing up too. That's interesting. It says I'm connected to my Wi-Fi, my good hardy Wi-Fi, so not sure what's going on there, but let's check out some news and then we'll come back to the chart. So, Symbotic stock. Let's check out their earnings that they just reported and we'll check out their overview. So, when we look online here, they have a $15 billion market cap. They are at $26 a share, which is down a little bit from where they've been. They've been up to about $49 a share, even $56 a share at one point. And you kind of start to see this pattern develop. We'll get the technicals out and we'll get into that more, but it has kind of sold down from around the last earnings before the recent earnings. It was around $30 a share. And we could see that their financials year over year are up 35% in revenue. Net income down a little bit there at negative 3.5. Their profit margins are going up about 10%. And you can see if you look at this last September, so this was quarter three 2024, year over year, they were up 44% on revenue. Net income was positive, and a lot of the numbers were pointing to growth. They just reported earnings. They beat them 866% on earnings per share, which is quite the surprise. Revenue was down just 4 million lower. They were expected 490 million. They came in at 486 million. I would imagine that maybe that has something to do with the no, I don't. It wouldn't be tariffs. I mean, that we had regular spending, but I don't think trying to think what could have really impacted that slight uh, tick down. I'm not quite sure, but I guess they were really close. It just wasn't quite on target. The other quarters you can see they've been in the green, and overall the net income is hovering between -5 and or -10 over the past year, and then they were positive in quarter three. So and then quarter four just a little bit negative there. So you can see that there is a lot of comparison when you look at Nvidia. They have Explorer, they got UiPath, you got a Walmart, so that's obviously going to show up. And we'll talk a little bit about, let's go to their website here. I could look at all these hype articles. You guys see them. Oh, it's diving 17%. Oh, this is something that's going to skyrocket the stock. We don't really care about all that. It just there's not any value in us really looking at that. So let's take a look at Symbotic's website and see also if the chart can update here. Search Symbotic, see if that chart is working now. As we get on to Robinhood, maybe something's not right with the server. I know my internet, I mean, obviously I was just searching, the internet was working fine. There's a chart. And can we pull up Symbotic stock? Loading, loading, loading. We'll see. We'll keep going. Let's go to their website. So warehouse automation, high efficiency, and agility. We can see Symbotic is the backbone of commerce with its AI-powered robotic technology platform. Symbotic is changing the way consumer goods move through the supply chain. I actually have always been fascinated by this. Growing up here in California, when my family moved to California, there used to be this this shipping crate. It's this blue shipping crate that is one that goes on a big ship and goes across the ocean. And so when you look at when you look at the companies that are powering a lot of the shipping, one of the key companies is Maersk. You got Moeller. You got a lot of those companies going towards automation now, where it's not so much human operated, but you have the robots organizing all of the commerce, organizing, making sure everything's going where it needs to be. And that's what's happening with Amazon. They've been doing that for a few years. But this is the company that's plugging into, you can see here, Target is one of them, Walmart is one of them. And then you have some other companies, Giant Tiger. I think these are maybe some associated stores that are similar, Albertsons. And so what happens is, I don't know if you guys have done this, but personally, I order groceries online all the time. Um, when I was living in Miami, I didn't go grocery shopping at all. I would just order it on like Instacart or Uber, and it would come to my front door. And then I would put it in and I'd save an hour or so and pay somebody, $20, generous tip, depending on the weather and how close it was. And then I would get my groceries. And so this is something that's becoming more and more apparent, not just with groceries, but with other things. And so with Walmart becoming more, I guess, e-commerce centric, this delivery and automation is going to be something that will allow them to scale. Same thing with Target. That's a big deal. And Albertsons even. You can see they're in Mexico, the Walmart in Central America as well. We're shaping the future of robotics. You can see they have these cabless pickups. So there's not any cabs and they are moving freight. They also have some good videos of kind of what it's like inside. They talk about the supply chain, how they're using ingenuity and their entrepreneurial spirit. I really like their marketing too. It actually reminds me of like Nvidia, so I like to see that. And you can look at some of the industries that they're in and what the industries that are going to be the ones that are working with the most are retail, food wholesale, consumer packaged goods, but they're also in like food and beverage. We saw a big wine company there. And so there's going to be a lot of profit margins, most likely. We're going to see a lot of potential growth from being in this type of industry. I mean, another similar company that even has the same colors is that company that just partnered with Google and they're backed by Nvidia. They're called, I can't even remember the name. They're going with these robots through the street. They're already deployed in Los Angeles. And for some reason I'm blanking. I think it even sounds like, oh, Serve Robotics. Basically, those things go to the store for you, pick up the goods that you need, and then ship them. They actually handle the actual delivery. And it looks like they're doing some delivery here too. As we saw, they got the cabless freight moving around. I don't know if that's going to go residential and actually go deliver to houses. But hey, that's interesting to see. So you can see some of their partnerships. Acquisition Symbotic completes acquisition of Walmart's advanced systems and robotics business and signs related commercial agreements. So this is Walmart has chosen Symbotic to develop, build, and deploy an advanced solution leveraging Symbotic's AI. This says enabled robotics platform is offering Walmart customers greater shopping convenience through accelerated online pickup, delivery options at stores. And then here's something else. Walmart will pay Symbotic a total of $520 million, including $230 million that was paid at the closing. So they got $230 million up front. Why is that important? Well, if they're getting a $520 million contract here with Walmart, and then they also got those other companies we mentioned like Target, and we go back and we take a look at their revenue, the financials, 520 million. we see revenue here at 486 million. 486 million there. So a 520 million dollar uh, contract, that's fairly big. And you're going to see some bigger contracts because why? They're solving a really big problem that basically this robotics company could say, you're not going to have to hire a lot. You just have to get our robotics into your inventory and let's program them. And they're going to, if not already be programmed just by learning through AI, be able to serve your entire customer base and make sure that packages or all of the food is getting to the right places on the back end of in the back end of your store. I mean that's a huge catalyst for a lot of the e-commerce movement that we'll see through some of these department stores. And I think a lot of these stores are going to take a similar approach to Costco. You know how Costco, they don't even it's not even like a store, it's just one big warehouse, and they don't do this now, but I think they might do this now, but it's going to become these like human friendly. You know how you go to Home Depot and they have people moving around big machinery and they're like, hey, like watch out, we're moving because they got to move everything inside. I think the similar thing would be with food or even Walmart or something where you have, machines going. Someone just ordered online. It just goes and grabs the stock off of the floor where all the customers are also walking in and buying, putting it into a truck that goes onto an airplane or ships out. I mean, to me, that seems like an efficient way if you could do it safely to run a business. So, yeah, hey, we'll see how that plays out. So, this chart, as we finally got it to open up, again, it was at like 10 cents in 2024. It went up to $5.49 in December. This isn't the right stock. I am looking at the wrong stock. It is totally not working. Okay. That's weird. I don't know if I sent a tweet the other day to, or an X to Robinhood because the platform was down and people were like, oh, someone said like, oh no, it's working fine or something. But then Robinhood responded to me and they're like, oh yeah, we had some downtime at that moment or something. And I was like, oh, okay. And that was cool. They actually responded because in the past they had not so much so good customer service. Chart's not working, so I can't give you guys technical analysis. Just two parts today. Financials, they look okay. A $5 billion market cap, or what was it, $15 billion market cap. I think is a little bit high, but think of all the value they're creating too. If they're getting $500 million contracts from Walmart's not stupid. They're going to say, oh, we're going to save $5 billion by doing this. We'll pay you $500 million. Makes a lot of sense. So that just shows you the value that they have in the marketplace. People are signing contracts for $500 million. And so if that's the case, to see them continue to grow and add more value to their business, some $1 billion contracts wouldn't be crazy. And in that case, we could see a market cap much higher than $15 billion. And so with that in mind, and seeing that it recently had an okay earnings but still sold off, can't really mark this up, but it seems like this uptrend that's happening, and it seems at a rising support, and it's at the support right now. It's also, I can't really mark it up, but it looks like it's at a previous resistance. There's a high of 25. Here's a high of 25. There's a high of 25. And right now it's at $26, and it bounced right here at $25. And so it kind of looks like it, even though it sold off after earnings, it could potentially bounce up to that $30 range. And I could see some potential for it to, if it's going to keep this trend that it's had. You can see it kind of on the year to date. That right there, if it gets up to $30, what is that? That's over a 10% return. And so, that's it's generous to say that I have a super accurate analysis on the technicals, but just by looking at, I also did some technical analysis before doing this video, and I see some potential here. We'll be watching it at markets open. If you guys would like to be there, Stockmate is the second link down below, and we go live every day at market open. We got quarterly, which we recently raised the price on. We haven't raised the price on lifetime access. So if you'd like to get into lifetime access, second link down below, check out Stockmate. We got a discount there right now if you want to be there. Would love to have you there If you want to surround yourself with traders and investors, that's the place. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If I earned your thumbs up, hit that like button. If you have any comments or suggestions about this stock or others, feel free to drop them in the comment section below. And do consider subscribing. I noticed 20% of you have your notifications on so that every time I post, you go check my video out right away. So that's pretty cool. If you want to stay up to date to a high level in the markets, feel free to hit that notification bell to be alerted when new content comes out. Thank you guys again, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.